Matt Lauer, a journalist and host at the Today Show, who was more of an entertainer than anything, embarrassed himself last night and gave journalists a terrible name at the 2016 Commander-in-Chief Forum held last night. At this forum, it was supposed to give Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton questions on how they will defend the nation against enemies and how they will protect and help their veterans. But instead, it was used as a shit show to attack Hillary Clinton for her emails for 2/3 of her section and keep asking Donald Trump if he's qualified or not, which of course he would say absolutely. The thing that pissed me off more than anything is how he spent around 20 minutes focused on Clinton's email controversy and her vote in Iraq, going hard and pushing her as strong as he could while letting Donald Trump just run all over him like a little boy that he is. Watch how he bullies Hillary Clinton and doesn't ease up on her emails.
And then judgment makes the decision. That's right.
So judgment is a key.
Temperament and judgment, yes.
The word judgment has been used a lot around you, Secretary Clinton, over the last year and a half, and in particular concerning your use of your personal email and server to communicate while you were Secretary of State. You've said it's a mistake. You said you made not the best choice. You were communicating on highly sensitive topics. Why wasn't it more than a mistake? Why wasn't it disqualifying if you want to be Commander-in-Chief?
Well, Matt, first...
Clinton went ahead and answered Matt Lauer's question in a lot of detail. She spoke for about a good 20 seconds with him trying to interrupt what she was saying and trying to pretty much bully her as much as he could. And a lot of times she would go ahead and back off and let him continue to follow up. Matt followed up with her emails about 4 more times. Anybody who wasn't following politics too much would think that Clinton committed some terrible crime and that she should be put in jail. And there's still a lot of people out there that think that. They haven't really read what the FBI has said in detail and they haven't really realized that she had no intent of doing anything wrong at all. But when Trump gets on, he lets him run him over and just straight up lie about how he said he wasn't for the Iraq war. And Matt just lets him continue to lie and lets him continue to run over him. Watch how Donald Trump literally ran all over Matt Lauer.
Anytime you talk to a president, they'll tell you the most daunting part of the job is the role of Commander-in-Chief. Right. What have you experienced in your personal life or your professional life that you believe prepares you to make the decisions that a Commander-in-Chief has to make?
Well, I've built a great company. I've been all over the world. I've dealt with foreign countries. I've done very well, as an example, tremendously well dealing with China and dealing with so many of the countries that are just ripping this country. They are just taking advantage of us like nobody's ever seen before. And I've had great experience dealing on an international basis. I look today and I see...
Right here, Donald Trump says he has lots of international experience, and after slamming Obama and slamming Hillary Clinton, which Matt Lauer said do not do, which Hillary Clinton did not do, Trump goes ahead and does it. Matt Lauer lets it slide again.
A Russian plane circling our planes, they're taunting us. I see in Iran, I see the boats taunting our ships, our destroyers.
But what have you done in your life that prepares you to send men and women of the United States into harm's way?
Well, I think the main thing is I have great judgment. I have good judgment. I know what's going on. I've called so many of the shots. And I happened to hear Hillary Clinton say that I was not against the war in Iraq. I was totally against the war in Iraq. You can look at Esquire magazine from 2004. You can look at before that. And I was against the war in Iraq because I said it's going to totally destabilize the Middle East, which it has. It has.
Just a bold-faced lie. Donald Trump did support the Iraq war. And Matt Lauer doesn't follow up. He doesn't question him. He doesn't ask him about it. He lets Trump run over him. Here's the video proving to people that Donald Trump is lying and that he did support the Iraq war.
Terrific. Donald Trump has agreed to call in and share his thoughts on 9/11. Hey, Donald.
Hello, Howard.
It's a sad day, but you're one of those guys who said, keep investing in New York, and people are doing it, right?
Well, they are. It's never, I don't think it's ever been better from that standpoint, Howard. I guess it has a lot to do with interest rates being so low, but I don't know. It also has to do with the fact that people really want to buy a piece of the Big Apple, and they really do. I've never really seen it like this to the extent.
We haven't come back, though, fully, have we? I mean, the tourism is off, a lot of businesses.
Well, the hotel market is terrible in New York, which means that people can come, get a good bargain and all of that, and it'll change. The hotel market is terrible. The office market is pretty average at best, probably less than average. The condominium market and the residential market, though, is extraordinary. The condominium sales market for residential is, I would say, the best I've ever seen it.
Because of low interest rates?
Well, I think it's that. I think it's the Enrons, the global crossings where they don't want to invest in that garbage anymore. They're tired of it. They want to, get something where they can feel it and touch it.
Right.
So they buy an apartment. But it's a lot to do with interest rates. It's a lot to do with a bad stock market where, hey, a lot of people have made their best investment by buying shelter, by buying a house.
Probably the most important question I can ask you on a day like today is, where is Melania and is she naked?
Well, Melania is now in bed. I'm in my office.
Right.
And as to whether or not she's naked, I'm not 100% sure. Really don't know the enemy.
I know, they're skulking around somewhere and you just feel like you're a sitting duck.
But we have an idea who the enemy is, and a lot of times the politicians don't want to tell you that.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so. I wish it was. I wish the first time it was done correctly.
You see how Donald Trump just lies, I guess? So, of course he supported Iraq and I war back in 2002 on Howard Stern's show. Everybody knows that. And Matt Lauer just did not bring it up at all. He just let him run over him. I saw Matt checking his notes like he wanted to do it, but he probably just got scared in his pants because Trump does have that alpha male to him, that strongness to him, that boldness to him, and a lot of journalists just will not challenge him on it. Which really pisses me off is that later on Trump makes even more crazy claims that Putin is strong, he's an effective leader, and that he actually likes Putin, and Putin's not that bad of a guy. Although he disagrees with the system, Matt refuses to counter him on that point. And Matt failed to bring up when Trump and the Hispanic president from Mexico were together, and that he didn't make him pay for the wall. Didn't even ask him anything about that meeting. Matt also kept getting cut off on every side he possibly could. Trump was just dominating all over him. It's really, really pitiful. Pretty much Matt is one of the worst journalists out there, and he should not have done this show. He was not the right guy for this. Matt is an entertainer. That's what he is. He's an entertainer. He's not a journalist. He gets scared in front of power. He gets scared in front of authority. And he got scared in front of Trump. But he has no problem bullying a woman. He has no problem pushing a woman. He should be ashamed of himself for this performance. It was pathetic. It was bad. And I would say it was one of the worst performances I've ever seen on air. And we didn't get what we deserved as viewers. It's sad. If y'all liked this video, please go ahead and subscribe. I hope you guys slap a like on it. And, come back for more videos. I post about every day. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.